Hello peeps, thank you so much for coming back. Let's continue the story from the previous episode. VandhiThevan wanted to put an end to all the foolishness happening in the name of religion. He came forward and shouted at the crowd, "Why are you fighting? Don't you have anything useful to do? If you really want to fight, go to Sri Lanka. There is a big war happening over there and you can do your duty to your motherland." Nambi turned to look at the intruder. "Who are you, man? Who gave you the authority to be the judge here?" The crowd was attracted to the young warrior. He looked very brave and was very handsome. They now expressed their solidarity to the Prince of Vallam. "Thambi, you are right. Teach these people what is right. We are all with you." VandhiThevan was happy to assume the post of the mediator that was thrust upon him. "I have never heard of Shiva and Vishnu fighting with each other. They are great friends. Why should this Nambi and that butter fight on their behalf? This young man appears to be a wise guy. But how can we settle the issue by mere witticisms? Let this wisecrack answer the questions straight. Who is the greater of gods, Shiva or Vishnu?" Butter spoke to the onlookers. "Both are equally great. You are free to worship whosoever you like. Why should we fight?" VandhiThevan's tone was conciliatory. Arvarkadiyan was irritated. "That's baseless. What evidence do you have to prove that they are equal?" VandhiThevan was now at his mischievous best. "You want evidence, right? Here you go. Yesterday I had been to Vaikuntham, the abode of Vishnu. Lord Shiva was also visiting Vishnu at that time. They were seated on chairs of equal height. Even their heights were equal. I know some dull head like you would insist on evidence, so I measured them both with my hands." "Are you trying to make fun of me?" Arvarkadiyan was furious. VandhiThevan was unfazed. The crowd wanted him to go on. "I was surprised. Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu were of the same height. Not an inch more or less. Even then I was not satisfied. I asked them point blank, which one of you is greater than the other? They replied in chorus, "Shiva and Vishnu are one, One who doesn't know is our foe. Sand into his mouth you all throw." So saying, the Prince of Vallam opened his right hand and showed a handful of sand. The crowd shouted its approval. Soon everyone was throwing sand on the heads of the two debaters. "Miscreants, idiots, atheists!" Arvarkadiyan shouted and entered the crowd as if to thrash everyone with a stick. There would have been a riot there but for the sudden noise that came from a little away. The most valiant, the bravest of the brave, the one who so valiantly attacked the army of Mara Ponniyin and destroyed it, the one who had fought 24 battles and bare 64 wounds on his body, the finance minister of Chora kingdom, the minister of agriculture and the one who is charge of the state granary, the one vested with the exclusive authority of levy tax and collect them, the senior purveyor is coming. Move aside and give way." The royal crier was announcing the visit of the dignitary. He was followed by a group of drummers who made rhythmic sounds with their timed beats. They were followed by a group of soldiers armed with shining spears marching majestically to the drum beat. A huge decorated elephant followed them. On the pachyderm was seated a large black man. That was like dark clouds sitting atop a mighty mountain. VandhiThevan joined the crowd which stood on the either side of the road to have a glimpse of the senior purveyor. Behind the elephant came a palanquin covered on both sides by a shining silk screen. Before the Prince of Vallam could guess who would be inside the palanquin, a very fair, beautiful, handfully laden with bangles came out from a screen and slightly moved it. Like the shining moon in its fully splendor slowly emerging out of the clouded sky, a beautiful woman's face appeared. VandhiThevan was in the prime of his youth. Like any man of his age, he loved seeing beautiful women. The woman's face was extraordinarily beautiful. A sight like that should have sent waves of ecstasy to his youthful heart. But for some mysterious reason, the happiness and the ecstasy was not complete. There was a feeling of discomfort. At the same time, the lady's eyes was focusing on something near VandhiThevan. The next second, he heard a mild scream from the woman. The screen was immediately drawn. The moon hid behind the clouds once again. VandhiThevan looked around. The woman should have seen something scary. That explained the strange noise she made and the speed with which she pulled down the screen. VandhiThevan saw Arvarkadiyan leaning on a tamarind tree with his eyes trained on the beautiful lady. Okay buddies, we came to the end of the second episode. Hope you guys are enjoying the story. Stay tuned for the next episode and thanks for listening.